guys, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video. I am so sorry, but I'm recording the intro and the outro to this video on my phone because I am currently at my house and I forgot to bring my camera. But in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you a bunch of really old clips from some custom commissions that I've done. This is part 2. I actually have another video showing custom commissions that I've done, and yeah, you can go check that video out. I'll put a link at the end of the video, but without further ado, let's get right on into all of the clips.
Tall boy alert. Okay, so this is a commission. This was the first commission that I got in my second batch of commissions on Instagram. So they sent me a couple mood boards. Actually, I'll put them on the screen, these two, and they're like, hey, just make something inspired by this. So that's what I did. It's sort of this little forest guardian collie. So the base figure is an ear up collie, so I did not sculpt the ear, but I did sculpt these antlers, and I sculpted this sort of hair, and I sculpted the tail and these little vines on its legs. So the reason why I decided to give it hair and a tail like this is because it kind of reminded me of like a horse tail and mane, because there's some horses in the mood board and stuff, and obviously I went with a lot of green colors because the mood boards are like very green. But yeah, I really like how the eyes turned out. I think they look super cool. Yeah, I don't know, they're like a different style of eye than I've ever done before, and I think it looks super mystical. It has a couple of like shimmery spots on the face, and I really like this commission, so I hope that the person who commissioned me for it also likes it, because it was a surprise commission. Okay, so the next commission is a cyborg, also inspired by a mood board. So here's the mood board that it was inspired by, and the person who commissioned me was also the same person who commissioned me to make the second version of my Scarlet Witch custom, which I showed in the last commissions video. But this time he was inspired by a mood board, and it is like this cool cyborg dog. So it has these cybernetic wings on both sides. Hopefully you can tell those are wings. I hand sculpted them. And then they also have a robotic arm, and then I also sculpted the hair. The tail is from a Generation 3 collie that I just cut off and glued on. And then it has a cyborg eye, which I think turned out really cool, and then has another regular eye. So I wanted to add like a lot of cool neon colors, but then keep the rest sort of neutral so that they really stand out. The pink and the green stuff glows in the dark. The blue and the purple, well, actually all of the neon colors, but mostly the blue and the purple also glow under black light. Okay, so this commission is a bit of a remake. I will put the original custom on screen. Some of my customs I will remake for commissions in case you're interested, but as you can see, they're pretty much the same. They were made roughly a year apart. This one's from 2021 and this original one is from 2020. Mainly the only difference is that this one does not have a collar. That is what the commissioner requested. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. So here is what they look like. I think this was a really good way to showcase my improvement, because I definitely do think that it is improved, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I really like this one's hair too. I think that it turned out really good. I made it a little bit fancier than the original one. Alright, so the next two commissions I'm showing together because they are for the same person. So I'm going to start off with this one because this is the original one that I made first. So it is this husky. I really like this custom. I think it has a really cool design. But here it is. So it is a sitting down husky base, and this tail is taken from a Generation 3 fox, and I just stuck it on, and then I sculpted a couple little fur pieces on the tail to make it a bit fluffier, and I also sculpted this extra layer of cheek fluff on both sides of the cheeks, and I sculpted this hair, and I really like this one. I think it has a really cool design. Originally, the commissioner gave me a set of colors to be inspired by, but then they sort of created this design to inspire me, and so it's sort of like a little collaboration that I based this custom off, and I'm really happy with how this turned out, and kind of jealous that I don't get to keep it. But here is the second custom. So originally we weren't going to do another one, but they decided to ask for another one because they sort of made this other design, and they're like, hey, I actually really want this design as a custom as well. Here is the full design that they gave me for this one. I changed up a couple of things, but I think it looks really cool. He's got this cute little expression and some fancy eyebrows, and this one has similar sculpting to the last one where I sculpted the hair and some extra fluff on the front of the cheeks, and then this one's tail is taken from a Generation 2 chinchilla, and I think this tail looks really cool. So these are them together. I think they're also sort of supposed to be brothers maybe, and yeah, I really like both of these customs. I think they turned out really great, and I hope that the commissioner likes them just as much as I do. Anyways, here's the next commission. It is just a simple repaint of an ear up collie base. So this is the reference that they sent me. Again, pretty simple. I had to mix the light brown color, and I think it looks pretty cool. The colors are not like extremely accurate to the photo, but that's very hard to do. video, but the buyer told me that they like it, so hopefully they like it in real life. I think it turned out pretty cute, and it's just got some standard LPS eyes. And yeah. Alright, so here is this commission, which I think turned out pretty cool. I'll put a picture on screen of the reference that I was provided by the commissioner, so this is not my original design or anything. This is the design that they asked me to make, and it is on a head swap between a corgi and a polar bear, which is something that I've never done before. And I thought that the corgi head might be too small, but I think it actually looks really cute. And this corgi head was actually salvaged from an old custom of mine. Anyway, so here it is. I think it looks extremely cute. I think the eyes look so cool. Again, not my doing. It's all based on the drawing, but I definitely think it looks super unique compared to any other customs that I've made before. And obviously I sculpted these little antenna things. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, but I guess they look cool, and they have some leaf designs on them, and there's also leaf designs in the ears. And I really like the color palette. I tried to get the colors as best I could, but it was pretty hard, so I hope that it looks okay. And overall, I really like this one. This next commission is another design that was given to me to make into a custom, so I'll put a picture on screen of the reference. I believe this custom is going to be the person's mascot, which is pretty cool. I think that it's such an honor to make somebody's mascot, and I've never, well, that's a lie. I have made one squirrel custom before, but it had a lot of different sculpted parts on it, so this is kind of like my first raw squirrel custom. And I think that's really cool that this person's mascot is a squirrel, super unique, and I like the design, and I like the eyes. They're very fun to paint. I'm very proud of the eyelashes. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't really put a lot of eyelashes on my customs, or at least the pre-made ones that I make, because I am very bad at doing them and don't know how to do them. But this one, I think they turned out pretty good, and she's very simple, but I think the design turned out really cool. And again, I hope that the commissioner likes her and thinks that I did her justice. So this next custom is another custom that was inspired by a mood board given to me by the commissioner. So this is the mood board that inspired this custom. At first glance, I feel like it does look pretty simple, but it also has some really cool spooky vibes, like reminds me of Halloween and stuff, and I really like it. This custom, I tried a lot of new things. First off, it's a head swap that I've never done before, which is a kangaroo head on a tiger body, or leopard body or whatever. And I've always really liked the kangaroo head on lion bodies, and I feel like this is pretty similar. I didn't have any lion bodies, but I did have this one, so I thought, hey, I will try out basically what is my favorite head swap and see how it looks, and I think it looks really cool. And I sculpted these little antler things on it that sort of have a blue gradient in the center on both sides, and then I sculpted the tail just to make it a longer tail, also because this body did not have a tail when I used it. And then I sculpted these candles and added this dripping wax with hot glue, and then these candle wicks are made of wire that I just painted, and I think it looks super cool. I decided to put some gloss glaze on the candle wax as well to make it look like it's fresh and like dripping, and I think it looks super cool. I love the way the eyes turned out. They kind of have a blind look to them. I was debating on whether I should add like a black pupil like normal LPS, but I decided that this sort of fit the whole vibe of the mood board a bit more, and I feel like it just looks a lot creepier. And despite it not having a lot of like layers to the eyes, it's still very detailed with a gradient. It goes from dark to light, and I just really like the way that I painted them. As you can tell, I really like the way this custom turned out. Again, I was unsure of it at first. I thought it was going to be too simple. And this is also a custom for a person that commissioned me earlier in the video to make this custom, so both of these customs are going to the same person, and I really appreciate them for commissioning me twice, and I hope that they like this one just as much as they like the original one. And here is the final custom for the video. This is a commission for one of the people that I know in real life, and they actually commissioned me before, so I'll put a picture on screen of the commission from the last video that they've already asked me to make them, so I made them that custom, and they commissioned me once again for this custom, which I think looks super cool. It is his character Fern, which I'll put on the screen as well, so you can see it in comparison to the ref sheet. So it is from a tiger base figure generation 2, and it's I really like the design. I think it's very cool, very unique and interesting, and I sculpted this big giant tail. I sculpted it using epoxy sculpt, and then I also obviously sculpted the hair, which was sculpted using Kneadatite. And fun fact, the hair and this little eyebrow here also glow in the dark, not by choice, but that just happens to be the only neon pink paint that I have is glow in the dark paint. And I really like the eye. I think it turned out really cool. It's kind of nice that I only had to paint one eye, but it honestly turned out perfect, and there's a little heart in it. And yeah, not really much to say, but I think the character is very cool. They also have like this eye marking on the back. The gradients were very hard. There's sort of a gradient at the base of the tail and then a gradient on all of the legs. So that probably took took me the longest on this custom, but I think in the end it turned out very good, and I really like this one. And Max, I hope that you like this custom a lot as well.
And that is all of the clips in today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you are wondering when I will be opening custom commissions again, they will be open the day after Christmas, so December 26th. I'll make a post and stuff on Instagram, so just keep your eye out for that. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!